You see all the van life photos, you watch all the van tours, but do you wonder what this nomadic lifestyle is all about? Are you curious about life on the road? Social media calls it #vanlife. We call it home. I'll ask 10 questions to get you the stories that you want to hear from the people who live, work, and travel and adventure in this nomadic lifestyle. Welcome to Life on the Road. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Life on the Road, where I ask 10 questions to get you the stories that you want to hear from her life on the road. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome. My de facto go-to line. This is amazing. I say it every show. People have now started commenting on it. I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I think it's amazing every conversation I get to have with other nomads. We are here at Nomadic Creatives. Is it nomadic or nomad? I'm terrible. It's nomadic.
I think it's nomadic.
Nomadic Creatives. Yeah. Shout out Meadow. I'm sorry, Meadow. I'm an asshole.
Yep.
Your first event, her first event, and it's been really amazing.
It's been awesome. It's been such a good event.
A really great event, actually. You know, people really showing their talents and, you know, their true passions and the things that they love. And Meadow is creating a space for other creatives, specifically in the nomadic community, to kind of highlight and show off what they do. And it's really been amazing. So thank you so much, Meadow. Like, we'll shout out Nomadic Creatives down here, the Instagram. Please follow along. If you're on the road and you're a nomad and you have some creative talent, like, reach out to Meadow. She's going to do some events here in 2024. And definitely should come check them out for sure. We are in Flagstaff. It's incredible. The sun is setting. This little, nice little sun glare behind me. It's beautiful. And we're going to have a good conversation.
Cool.
So thank you. As we always start the show, tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been on the road, and then shamelessly promote yourself at any given time.
All
Tell
right.
people where they can find you on Instagram.
I am Danette. I am, I guess, from Montana. I grew up in Montana, and then I lived all over the country: New York, Philadelphia, Seattle, LA. So I've been all over, but now my domicile is Montana, I guess. My license plate's Montana.
All right.
And what's the last
How long you been on the road?
Oh, today is 365 days.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Today's your anniversary?
This is my anniversary of hitting the
First
road.
time ever on the show. Love it. I didn't even know that. That's amazing. Like, if you'd have told me that earlier today, I was like, we are shooting an episode today. It's your anniversary. Hell yes.
1 year.
That's impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's funny, when that happened to me last year, or this past year, it was almost like more important than my birthday. Like, I found it to be
like a big deal.
It feels like a big deal. Like, you've been on the road a year, or just that date in general. Like, I don't know. It felt more important than my birthday this year.
Your birthday, yeah.
I don't know. So, very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then your Instagram, where can people find you?
Is Danette R. May, and that's my handle on everything.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. We will, as John likes to say, put that right here in the show. Let's learn about your life on the road. Question 1, what was the beginning moment, cause, or inspiration to live your life on the road?
So in January of 2022, I quit my corporate job.
Okay.
For the second time.
Okay.
I quit my corporate job in October of the previous year.
Amazing.
Freaked out and got another one.
Okay.
Yeah, went back immediately within 4 days.
Okay.
And then finally actually quit, completely burnt out, January 2nd of 2022.
Okay. What was the corporate gig?
I did automotive parts and service sales for Jeep, for Ram.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was 13 years of
Holy cow.
automotive parts.
Is that what took you all over the country?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving around do you go from plant to plant?
No, it was just different. I was a regional person for the automotive headquarters. So it was wherever a region would take a promotion to a different region.
I gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, but what was the obviously you quit the job.
So I quit the
Now
job,
what?
and then a relationship ended in April of that year, and this was not this was not on the radar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, this was not the plan. This was not a dream or anything well planned out.
Yeah.
But just knew I didn't want to be in a city anymore. Like got rid of my house and didn't want to go back to renting.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of looking at RVs and like thinking about that. I hadn't even heard of van life or seen the Instagrams or anything.
Okay. 2022 and you know knowledge. I'm in a similar boat.
I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And 72 hours I had a van.
Shut up. Well, okay, let's now you have to tell that story. What was that process like of one finding van life, quote unquote, and then 72 hours later you have a fucking rig. In 2022, which is amazing.
Yeah, which apparently was hard to do. Again, like when you're naive and you don't know, you just go do the thing. And like, if someone would have told me, "Oh, you'll never get a van; it's impossible," I probably wouldn't have tried.
You'd probably been like, "Fine, okay."
I didn't know it was hard, so I just did it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, our RV kind of I was like, no way am I gonna drive a truck and an RV. Like that's
Class C
crazy.
Or something. Yeah.
I'm like somewhere I can get anywhere and park anywhere and. So vans came up in the same place I was looking at RVs. I think like vantrader.com.
Vantrader.com.
Yep. I was like, oh, you can do this in a van. And then I was like, okay, my dogs are gonna die in the heat. Like, how do people do this?
Yeah.
And without like researching, I was just like, I need an air conditioner.
Yeah.
So I found this guy and it had an air conditioner.
A van with an AC.
That was like my only requirement.
Holy shit.
That was it. I was like, I can keep my dogs safe, so let's roll.
Wow. And that happened within a 2-3 day period?
It was literally 3 days, yeah.
Holy
my
shit.
sister works at a bank, so I lucked out with financing. I know financing can be a little like hairy.
Tricky.
So definitely had.
No, but it's also nice to know, or like I like hearing from nomads that have financed it, like, and gone down that route. Like, it's an option. Like, you know, go to a bank, try and get a car loan.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not impossible.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Wow. 72 hours. Like, mine was similar. Mine didn't happen in 72 hours. Mine almost happened in 2 years. But the first time somebody said, hey, you should check out a van, my first gut reaction was, fuck no. I'm not living in a van.
I can't do
that. That's exactly what I said. And then, like, I think it was like 5 days later, he was like, hey, no, I think you can design your own. And I was like, huh, that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then I went down the rabbit hole from there. But, but my gut reaction initially was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not living in a van.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I move on to the next question, I want 72 hours. You get the rig. Do you get into it right away?
So that was in July. So it was like 2 weeks. I flew. It was in Sacramento.
Okay.
I call Vans. They're amazing.
Okay.
I've continued to work with them through the year to put other stuff on it.
Heck yeah.
So, but bought plane ticket, flew to Sacramento, and drove back to Seattle.
Okay.
And then like moved into it over the next month.
Impressive.
Into it, out of my house, into a friend's driveway where I proceeded to have a panic attack for about 2 months and then went back to Montana to visit family and did not get on the road until it started like blizzarding. I did not have heat.
Nice.
So
yeah, we chatted about this.
I was like, I have to go now.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking freezing here. Okay.
I'm going to freeze to death. I was literally like pushed onto the road by the weather.
By the cold weather.
That was today a year ago.
That's crazy. Okay, amazing. Question 2, you know, in your year's time here, what has been your experience with other nomadic travelers while living your life on the road?
That has been the most incredible experience of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, you get in your 30s and 40s, and it's just like, I feel like impossible to meet people and make friends, make good friends.
Yeah.
And I've just met quality person after quality person out here and people with just like a common thread. And when you're living in a rig, like it just seems like you meet your people.
When you're living in a rig, when everybody is living in 4 wheels, you all have that in common. So that's like one thing you start with automatically.
Yeah.
And then it's like, who are you? You know?
Yeah.
Skip all the bullshit. Tell me who you are. I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. And again, the nomadic community is pretty special. We talk about it all the time on this show. and it's hard to describe to somebody that's never experienced it what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's impossible to say how good. Like we just met, you know, and it's like,
Yep.
you know, we've already realized we have a million things in common. You know, we are gonna ski together this winter for sure.
Yep.
You know, and again, like when you're talking to somebody that's a non-nomad, a carpet walker, shout out Blakely, they just don't get it. And it's hard to articulate like how tight and how wonderful and beautiful this community is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty special. So,
For sure.
any like specific things that you recall, any events or, you know, small gatherings or caravans that you're like, oh my God, like I can't believe I get to do this.
I think it was just like meeting people like one after the next in different scenarios, whether it was the climbing gym or I did use Tinder a lot to meet people
Sure.
in vans.
Sure.
It was just like a common thread that like they've
Yeah.
turned into best friends. It hasn't even been a dating thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the amount of people that you feel like you have somebody in like every state now.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You've got a friend in every location.
In every location.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I very much feel that way. Like I can't basically travel the West anymore without going, hey, somebody's here. I probably should go say hi, or I need to like touch base with somebody. So yeah, pretty amazing. Question 3, what has been your biggest failure? What has been your biggest triumph while living your life on the road? I mean, I could answer this for you, but I'm going to let you go. I mean, the heater alone, like...
Well, yeah, that's definitely my biggest failure. Yeah.
It's not. I'm actually joking when I said that.
No,
like,
that was actually where I was going.
To me, it would have been like, your biggest failure is not having a heater. Your biggest triumph is finally getting your heater installed. Exactly.
Yeah, last winter I was just like, I planned to be in the desert. I planned to be down here where it was warm.
Yeah.
This is where snowbirds come. That's a thing.
It is a thing.
And I got down here and it was fucking freezing.
Cold. Yeah.
And it proceeded to just get colder and colder. And I just spent like night after night in my van on maps, like looking for anywhere that was going to be like 29, 30, like, and like, where else can I go that's not just like sitting in the greater like quartzsite area? And there was none. So I got pretty like desert tired and
I imagine
pretty over it by just feeling trapped.
Yeah.
Trapped in a lifestyle where we're not supposed to feel
trapped whatsoever. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cold in Arizona last winter. I mean, I remember dipping down from skiing. We were just chatting about this actually. Well, we were just chatting about this. Having my gray tank freeze and like realizing, fuck, I need to find some warm weather, and like driving down south for like 2 days, let things thaw, and then run back, to the snow.
Yep.
But I remember coming back and being like, shit, it's like 30 degrees down here right now. It's
not
cold.
Not normal.
No.
Yeah.
Last winter was definitely not normal.
Got to Yuma and they're like, this is our coldest winter in 65 years.
And you're like, sweet.
My first winter in a van with no heat. Perfect.
That's awesome. But biggest triumph, we have a heater now.
We got a heater,
Exactly.
just 2 weeks ago. So I went back to Sacramento and had them put it in.
Installed everything.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Now,
so we're set
ready.
to roll. Yeah.
Exactly. Now you're ready.
Yeah.
For
Now I just have to be at the right elevation because it's like only 5,000 feet of elevation, or it gets carbon buildup, and then I guess you just burn it off.
Yeah. I mean, you just clean it, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, but like you deal with it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a thing though, for sure. So be wary of that.
So yeah, here at 7,000 feet, we haven't tried it out yet.
You haven't turned on the heater yet?
No. I'm like, it's noon. I don't want to mess it up yet.
That's fair. Yeah, New Mexico, it was the same thing. I was like, I always forget how high New Mexico is. And we were like 8,000, 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet, yeah.
Exactly, mid-landing. But yeah, I get it. I'm just glad you have a heater now.
Yeah, me too. And the weather's like trending better. It feels like it's going to be, I don't know.
But you're racing back north here soon enough, so you're going to need that heater.
I'm going to need the heater.
Exactly. It's not going to be something that you're going to have to turn it on eventually.
Right, yeah.
Question 4. What is it like? Did you start your life on the road single? What is it like living your life on the road single?
Yeah, started single, still single. I've enjoyed I've enjoyed being single, but in the fact that it like frees me to like meet people
Yeah.
and get on the apps and
Yeah.
find friends or dates or,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Whatever,
So yeah, I think I've been like more social than I've been in like the last 20 years of my life
That's
this
fair.
year.
That's pretty
so
cool.
yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, and not to say that this community, like, you have to be social or you have to like go to events or you have to meet people. You're just going to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Like, you could be the biggest introvert on the planet, but there's going to be something that is going to be not force you, but you're going to want to be extroverted.
You're going to want to be extroverted. Yeah. Yep.
And so, you know, meeting new people, yeah, it's pretty amazing in this community. So you actually want to go meet new people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And yeah, dating on the road is fun and weird and
all of the things.
Yeah. It's all of the things for sure. I mean, I don't know. I've had good experiences for the most part, you know. So I don't like. I mean, people have said horror stories and had horror stories, but like, it is what it is.
I have had really good experiences.
Yeah, I've had good experiences
so far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a thing. But I've also not dated necessarily a lot in the nomadic community as well.
Okay.
So like that's been a little different.
Yep.
I mean, it would be great to date somebody in the nomadic community, but like, yeah.
I feel like that's even harder because like, I don't know, when you meet somebody that's already in a city or in a town, they're staying. Nomads, you're both like
you're going
moving
700
targets.
different directions. No, for sure. But it's also like, you know, they're going to be the ones that understand your lifestyle. You know, you're gonna have some commonality there. You know, it's just the pool is very small and all the things.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. And the whole debate we talk about all the time on the show is, you know, if you were to date somebody in the nomadic community, would you want somebody to live in your rig with you?
Hell no.
I mean, I knew this answer. I knew this answer before I even asked the question. But you know, yes.
I've thought about it, and I've had people come visit and stay with me for the week, and by the time I'm just like, there's no way. Like, even I have 2 tiny dogs, and it still feels like there's a lot going on in the van.
Sure.
So
well, and it's interesting. Like, I designed the van for me, and so like, I would have to give up a fair amount of stuff to put somebody else in there. And then the layout isn't built for 2 necessarily, and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I feel like the ideal dating, and we've talked about this, what is the ideal dating situation? I think if you build the rig together and you make choices for each other, makes sense.
Yep.
Totally could do that.
Yep.
But having someone else has their own rig and you travel together,
that's ideal.
That's ideal.
Yeah, that's ideal for sure.
Speaking of ideal, best place, craziest place you've had sex during your life on the road?
Probably Arizona. One of the warmer days.
warmer days
in Arizona.
I love it.
But like it was among saguaro cactuses, and then it was like a little afternoon delight, and we got back out of the van, and a rainstorm had just finished, and there was like, I sent you a picture. There was like this gorgeous double rainbow over top of the van, saguaro cactuses everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
in
Arizona, there's very few things that are more beautiful than parking out in just a massive saguaros. Like it's truly special.
Yeah,
and the sunsets in Arizona are usually pretty spectacular.
They are epic.
Pretty epic.
Yeah, that was the thing that kept me going last winter. It was like the sunsets don't suck.
Yeah, they do not suck at all.
They're really pretty.
I'll give Salt Lake City some credit. Salt Lake City's
gorgeous.
Their sunsets are insane. Yeah. I don't know why and how and always, but they always are. They're always orange. If you're a photographer, get your ass to Salt Lake City for sunsets. Yeah, and then Arizona, the sunsets are pretty awesome.
Yeah, desert sunsets.
Pretty good.
Are nice, yeah.
Yep. We took some Gold Canyon last year, had some pretty awesome ones. It took some pretty good photos last year.
Nice. I didn't get out there. Sierra's like, you are coming to Gold Canyon this year because
Gold Canyon's like Sierra's home. She might as well just put an address there.
Yeah. She's like, I think you were just in the wrong part of Arizona.
100%.
You spent too much time in Quartzsite.
1,000%. When you said Quartzsite, I was like, oh hell no. I'm gonna give you like 4 other pins.
I know.
We're gonna get your ass out of Quartzsite. Gold Canyon is incredible. And yeah, that might as well be Sierra's home. She parked there for quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, hung out with her. She's got a great camp there, so definitely go see her.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good spot. It'd be a pin that I would give you, but I'm gonna let it's Sierra's pin.
Okay.
Question 6: how do you make money while living your life on the road?
So I am currently building my. I'm sorry, my dog is just going to be up and down this whole thing. A holistic nutrition counseling business.
Okay.
So I started that
automotive
last
parts
year.
and sales to. I love it.
My degree is in ballet, so I've always been more on the fitness, health, creative-minded side of things. So I'm just getting back to my roots and something that is more my passion and something I've really developed a passion for in the last 5 years is the health and wellness.
Yeah. Interesting. Very few people know this about me, but I actually love ballet.
Oh, wow.
My ex-wife was very involved in ballet, and they've helped fund some companies, and I got to see a lot of amazing performances over the years.
Awesome. I'm sure.
Yeah. So I was actually, I have grown to love and appreciate ballet very much over the years. So
cool.
Very cool. Where did you get your degree?
The University of the Arts in Philadelphia, private arts school.
Yeah, I kind of know generally. It's right downtown, right?
Yeah, it's Broad Street.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, there's like the windows, so you see all the dancers.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I know, like, if you're a dancer, that's like a pretty cool school.
Yeah, it's a cool school.
Like a really good school. So that's amazing. Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I had like a massive amount. Like, I was an ex-athlete. I played golf in college and was an athlete my whole life. And then getting a chance to like get backstage and see them warm up and see them like perform and like all the things and just like fucking insane athletes, like crazy athletes. And it just always blew my mind. And, you know, always wanted to take my camera back there and shoot them and like blah, blah, blah. But like, oh my God, just incredibly talented. And it was like, truly over time quickly had like a massive appreciation. And then obviously the shows are just, you know, spectacular.
So, Yep.
Really cool. So before we move on, like what's the plan for the company? What's the plan for the nutrition? What's the plan for the You're like, I have no idea.
I hate you a little bit right now.
I'm sorry.
The plan is to make it a profitable company so I can keep doing this.
I'm with you. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's one-on-one coaching. All my clients are one-on-one, remote, of course. I'm not going to a brick and mortar at any point. So,
always.
You know, life goal, 5-year goal, 10-year plan. I want to work from anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So,
I totally get it. That makes perfect sense. So is it all online?
It's all online and on the phone now. Yep.
Nice. I mean, and again, we talk about it all the time as nomads, like finding ways to make a living on the road. You know, the advent of Starlink is giving us more and more opportunities to do higher end, more powerful things online, you know, all the time.
All the time.
So, you know, creating your own business or your own, you know, workout plan or, you know, nutrition plan, those types of things, you can do them, you know, pretty easily now.
Yeah.
Remotely. Yeah, anywhere.
And you can connect with anybody anywhere.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, we just had cows walk by. You're probably hearing the cows in the background. We've been surrounded by cows where we're parked for like 2 days. Every morning we get a serenading of cows.
And we don't have I have AT&T. We don't have great cell out here.
Yeah,
so
it's not good. Starlink is the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out Elon Musk. Question number, where we're at, 7. What is your rig? Who built it, and why'd you choose it to live your life on the road?
It had an air conditioner.
We've already answered the why. There was one reason.
One reason.
I have a question about that, but we're going to ask what it is first.
Okay, so it's a Promaster, a 2021.
Okay.
159 wheelbase, and it's extended, so it is pretty big, but I still fit in like most normal parking spots.
Yeah.
So
2-wheel drive, obviously.
2-wheel drive, front wheel drive. It's like everything you don't.
All the Promaster basics. Exactly. Okay, so my question is, obviously you bought it for the AC unit. You've obviously mentioned auto parts. You worked for Ram or Dodge. And
that was another reason.
Was that the other reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have I can find a shop anywhere in the
Anywhere.
country.
Yeah. Like,
And
you know the ins
call
and
the
outs.
right people to get taken care of.
That was going to be my question. It's like, you know, you're on Van Life Trader, you're looking at RVs, you discover vans. Why the fuck a ProMaster? Like, you're a skier.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was kind of
well,
like...
I mean, in my like little bit of a search where I did a tiny bit of comparing and contrasting, I looked at 4-wheel drives and it just seemed to make the price go up so much.
It did and does. Yeah, 100%.
That I was like, no.
I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, you've been driving in snow for a long
dice.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have too, but yeah.
And like tires do a lot. So
For
I
sure.
put on new tires this winter.
Yeah.
You know, all weather Michelin tires should be a little bit better.
They will help you.
They will help.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You still will get stuck, but they will help you.
I have Max Tracks. I have
Good.
chains. Yeah.
Good. Exactly.
Yeah. You only get stuck once before you buy Max Tracks.
Yeah, 100%. Well, or just even, we're going to have a helicopter literally roll right over us.
Right over top of us.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I can get my phone out fast enough. Yeah. There you go. We'll plug that in the show.
There you go.
Yeah. I get it. No, that's always another thing is like, I tell, well, not ProMaster owners, but like, I did make a new shirt. Did you see it?
No.
Oh my God. After the show, we're going to walk you over to the store and I'm going to show you the t-shirt I made. You will love it. I might actually maybe give you one.
Oh, no.
It's very funny. Yes. I'll drop the t-shirt right here so everybody can see what we're talking about. But ProMasters are notorious for getting stuck.
They're notorious for, getting stuck and transmission
And transmission
which
issues.
I know from
Yes.
being on the service side of
those two
this
things.
brand for a long time.
100%.
So,
100%.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Question 8. What is your best bathroom, number 1 or number 2 story from Life on the Road? Do we have a toilet in the rig?
We have, it's a, which I know you hate,
I
a Thetford
oh my God, yeah.
cassette toilet.
The 2.5 or the 5? Yeah, I'm sure. Is it small? Is it really small?
It feels small.
It's probably the 2.5 gallon.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't like hold a ton. I just
yeah.
use number 1 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
number 1 only?
Number 1 only, yeah.
You know, you do realize your friend Sierra is the number 2 only. I just like to give her shit, no pun intended, for it. So.
She got a composting toilet, though.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
She switched?
She upgraded.
I just saw her moon landing, and I didn't even think to ask her. But that's really funny. Good for you, Sierra. See, you're coming around. I love it. That's awesome. So, any horror stories with?
No. I talked to enough people and learned about the elevation thing that I will never leave the lid off
completely
of it and
closed.
Open it.
Yep. That's a horrible experience.
Yep. So like lessons learned from other people. And
but even like dumping it, dealing with it, no issues?
No issues. I just take it to a rest stop toilet, park toilet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. It's pretty easy.
No other like horror stories on the road? Pee jug spilling? I mean, you don't have a pee jug because you have a toilet.
I mean, I use a pee jug too, just because I hate using the cassette toilet. Yeah, honestly, I've used it like 4 times my whole year, and I usually just use the my pee jugs. It's easier.
There you go. Have we kicked over a pee jug yet?
We have not kicked over a pee jug.
There you go. That's a win.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
I know. Do you want to go over and say hi? Okay, you can. Careful. Yeah, we're still recording. You're an idiot. Of course, we're still recording. Okay, question 9. What has been the happiest moments and what has been the hardest moments of living your life on the road?
Happiest moment was driving out of the desert last year.
Okay.
Finally, so in March, I went up to Hurricane and camped, and then I was like, I'll go over to Moab and climb with some people, and then I looked, and it was still going to be like -5 at night. We're like end of March, still negative temperatures. I was like, forget that, I'm going back. So I went back to Lake Havasu and took a pet sitting gig for like 2 more weeks. I was like, I'll just wait it out. And then, went up to Death Valley and was like finally leaving it. And I just remember going up through there and then through Alabama Hills and finally trees and snow and mountains and
Yeah.
like literally tears like came to my eyes. I was so happy to be
It's awesome.
headed back north. So
Yeah, I mean, again, like where you grew up, how you grew up, and then like now knowing like you love skiing, you're a backcountry skier like myself, like
yeah,
the fact that like you got a van, you got on the road, you had no fucking heater, you had no way to get to mountains, like, and we're stuck in the
in the
desert,
desert.
basically.
Yep. Yep.
So I get that. I could see that being the happiest moment.
Yeah.
And that drive up, what is it, 395?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is gorgeous.
is gorgeous.
Yeah.
You get to
Yeah.
Alabama Hills in the winter,
Oh my God,
and you get up on the Eastern Sierras.
it's so pretty.
It's
Yeah, the
spectacular.
Sierras are gorgeous.
It's awesome.
I stopped there again coming back down and saw the bristle cones because the area is just
The best.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. And then your hardest moment.
Hardest moment. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself last winter to like do this alone because I was just out of a relationship and I was like,
Yeah.
wanted to like find myself and get cool with being alone.
Yeah,
but
fair.
when you lock yourself in a van and it's cold and you're in a desert by yourself, like it's not the best situation.
No, it's not at
so
all.
there was quite a few hard desert nights.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And again, like I shared this with you and I've shared this with everybody on social media and I've been very open about it and very public about it. But like last winter it was dark, like for me. Like, and I built Althea to be in the snow. Like I built her to go into winter.
Yep.
And then to get into that situation. And I had a lot of things going on in my life at the time that all kind of culminated in the winter as well. And it all played into it. But like winter van life is very different than summer van life. Like we don't get access to this exact location we're at in Flagstaff in the wintertime.
In the winter, no.
Yeah, like no one gets back here.
Yeah.
It's not plowed. You have no access to this.
You wouldn't want to be here.
Tons of snow. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be here anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you would, but like, I would. But I couldn't get the van back here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you end up parking in, very urban parking lots, not so pretty areas. And yeah, it's a very different environment. It's a very different, like, kind of way of living than summer van life. So, you're stuck in your rig a lot of the days. Like, you don't come out.
You don't come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're
in a very
skiing or you're in the
small
mountains.
space.
Yeah, exactly.
For a lot of the day.
Yeah, so like, the idea of being alone and, loneliness can sneak up on you pretty quickly.
Can sneak up on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it did. So I totally get it and can relate to that idea for sure.
Yeah.
Especially being one of the hardest moments because I would agree with you. It's definitely been hard. But, you eventually come out of it and,
Right.
and you can do some things to, understand what that looks like and feels like and be better prepared for it. But, still,
right.
warning to everybody, anybody getting into van life or nomadic travel, like it's going to happen. Like you're going to be lonely.
You're going to be lonely.
Yeah, at some point.
At some point.
Question 10, define hashtag van life in your own words and provide a piece of advice for somebody wanting to live a life on the road.
Van life to me is just the freedom to be able to go wherever you want, whenever you want, and kind of live life on your own terms.
Yeah.
And I think my advice would be just to do that. Do exactly whatever the hell you want to do in a rig.
Yeah.
Because if you try to put yourself in a box or try to follow, what you see or what you think van life is, it's not going to be, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a good piece of advice is, you can, yes, quote unquote, look at hashtag van life. And, we say it all the time on the show. Those places are real. We go to those places, but that's not how we live. Yeah, that's not our way of life.
Yeah.
And so, you can get the pretty rosy picture on Instagram and see all the, best aspects of van life. But be prepared that that's not exactly how it's going to go.
Right.
And so kind of come into it with like no expectations or few expectations. Yeah. And don't try and like say, oh, if it doesn't go like this,
that I'm not
doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to go like that.
No. And acknowledge your own personality. I think I saw like when I did get into it and started like following all the influencers and stuff, you see the gorgeous photography and the gorgeous places and that they're, it's serenity and they're all alone.
Yeah.
And like, that's just all of them. Like they love being alone.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't want to do
I
this.
hate this.
I hate this.
I hate being alone. Yeah, it's
awesome.
pretty, but this is awful.
Yeah.
So like letting that go and being like, oh, there's a whole social aspect of this.
Yeah.
That's like way more me.
Why?
There's my other one.
Well, hello. Hello. You made an appearance.
And that it's acceptable to like want to be around people in this life.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. And it's, you don't have to come out here and like, force yourself into solitude. And,
right.
We were actually, we just did an interview with Kendra and we were talking about that as well. Like, people sometimes like seek out the solitude because they think they need it. Like you said, even quote unquote, find yourself.
Right.
Or, like, discover what's you, and that's fine. And that's okay. And this lifestyle will allow you to be your most authentic self, but you don't have to go seek solitude. Right. Solitude will find you. Right. You're going to find it.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. So, you don't have to plan 2 weeks alone in quartzsite.
Nope.
Like,
good Lord. Yeah, we got to get you out of that location. There's so many other beautiful locations in Arizona.
Yeah.
But no, that's exactly right. Is just to have a better understanding of like, expectations, I think, and like not having so many like specific things that you have to do. Force yourself into a box. Like let yourself be free and kind of discover some things because it's not going to go like you think it's going to go.
No, and everything's exciting. I took three months and went to one town in Idaho and just camped around that town and got a job and like hung out in that community and like I was still totally on the road. Yeah. Just a different way, like.
And that's a lot of people do it that way, like seasonal work. You'll go into a town, you'll stay in your rig off-site, on BLM somewhere. You'll get to know the community. You'll work in the community. That's fully nomadic travel, right? Like to a T.
It's all van life.
Exactly, it's all nomadic travel from that perspective. So, those are your 10 questions.
Cool.
Super easy, right?
Yeah.
We're going to go enjoy the rest of this beautiful sunset, hang out with our friends tonight, and then, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye. You can come say hello.
You can say hi.
You can come say hi. Hello. Hello.
You're such a bug. You're such a bug.
You're a bug. Her name is Layla, but
all right.
Bye, sweetie.
I'm going to take this off and see what we look like here. So I've had... No, not at all.
We're going to have cows in the back.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. We've got company already. It's totally fine. Yeah, we're both wearing lavs. Okay, why won't you... There we go. So I've had episodes shot at this time of day, which have completely run dark.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like as the sun is setting, like the episode literally, I had one episode go completely to black. Like the last 5 minutes, like I left this ND filter on. And as the sun was setting, like, yes, it literally, the frame, like the last 2 minutes were completely black. Fucking cows.
They're right there.
So hilarious. I'm so surprised your dogs haven't like freaked the fuck out. Like, have they chased them? Or
they're deaf and blind, so.
That's funny. Actually, pretty good. A little sun.
Do we just shut the van?
No, I mean it's up to you. Like that's your call. Looks fine.
Okay.
I mean,
it's a little messy.
We don't shoot in the van. Like, it's nothing. It is what it. People say that all the time. I'm like, you want to shoot an episode? And they're like, I have to clean my van. And I'm like,
it's not I
want fucking nothing to do with your van. Like, I don't want to walk inside your van. No, like none of that's gonna. Like, I don't care at all about that. So,
about that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, no, we're just gonna wait for you.
Okay.
That'll just be what happens. It'll be a long pause. Oh, hi, cows.
Oh, there they are.
There they are. Yeah, here. Little solid B-roll. I always laugh like during videos. People are like, "What are you guys laughing at? Or what are you talking about?" And then I take video just to like say, "Yeah, we're sitting here about to start life on the road, and we have cows."
And there's a whole bunch of cows.
And there's cows. So if you hear mooing in the background, we're sorry.
We're sorry.
We can't help it. Good job.
Well, thank you.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. This stupid hole. Van, now you can talk. Now you can talk. 2 old puppy dogs.
It's not dinner time
2
yet.
old puppy dogs. Hi. Hello, hello. Oh, bless you. Bless you.